Hello, my name is Adam Howe, and I'll be going over Deliverable 4 with you. Carol, so looking at the census of just New York City, the population shows that Caucasians only have a 32%. Adding the other ethnicities shows a total of 68%. Addressing Carol's statement, why can't we just use the same images that are already being used for the different locations? All the images of the medical staff look American enough. Um, these statistics alone prove that this is false. The populations of the different ethnicities from the other cities should also be taken into account. Each city should have a different photo just to show more of a cultural familiarity. New York. These two photos should be used on the website for New York. It shows the top ethnicities population, and it shows an emotional appeal of happy and smiling. This perspective framing for these photos is that of happy doctors who are performing their jobs well. This location shows different cultures, so there is a familiarity. Phoenix. Phoenix shows a diversity of population including Caucasians and Hispanics. Both photos represent the cultural familiarity of the location. This also shows two different perspectives as well. One shows maybe having a child, and the other shows a child going into surgery. Both play on the emotions of happy and those of kind of sad and heart wrenching. This shows realism that what the kids actually go through hardships as well. Denver. Denver has a higher population with Caucasians and Hispanics. Both of these photos represent cultural familiarity. The facilities also help the elderly, and it shows a businessman as well being helped. Both of these given off a positive emotional appeal because all are smiling and happy again. Miami is mainly a Hispanic population. The cultural perspective shows this as well. The perspective framing also shows a young woman giving shows a woman giving birth and an old man being treated. Two very different perspectives. The emotional appeal is that both are happy and that everything has worked out for them, such as the child being born and the man getting his blood pressure tested and not having the frightful look on his face. Daniel, not all of the people that go to the medical facilities have families. This is unrealistic to say to only have families. We don't want to exclude those who don't have families, such as the elderly. They go quite often and may not be accompanied by another family member, but by a coworker or oneself instead. Those who are single need to be addressed as well, and those who are divorced parents. Looking at the photos of families may trigger emotions, and they may not want to come to the medical facility. Perspective framing for this may seem that only families are welcome. Caleb's question: the pictures we should use all be outdoors of people having fun. Isn't that what patients want to see when they go to visit the medical facility's website? Having pictures of just this would make this better for an emotional appeal, but the photos should display more information. Not everyone is going into the hospital is happy, so having everyone happy is not realistic. There should be some photos of what the facility looks like. There should be a focus on the perspective framing so that when people look at the website, they can see what each facility looks like. There should also be photos of people coming out of the operating rooms onto the lobby room with smiles to show that the operation was a success. This shows the facility is capable of handling its patients and it does a good job. Heather states maybe we should think like the potential patients that might visit the website. What would those patients want to see regarding this facility? We would need to show the different languages on signs. Cultural familiarity is important because people may not be able to read English, so having other languages on signs makes it look more familiar. Having small lines for the lobby is also important. This demonstrates both perspective framing and an emotional appeal. The framing is that the facility is efficient and good at what it does, and emotionally, this gives the people can be treated right away rather than suffer. They would also like to see clean and updated facilities. Looking at facilities that are dirty and wore out may give off the perspective framing of not well maintained and the employees not doing a good job. There should be also photos of ethnicities if possible. If there is a well maintained facility and different ethnicities, this may feel that they are able to visit the facilities because of the others are not in this photo. We want to be able to conclude everyone in this. Samuel. Samuel asks, how can we use images to get people to feel like they will get better or experience a miracle or receive better treatment here than at other facilities? Um, this will focus on kind of people coming out of the operating room. Showing smiles of everyone's faces and hugs will show that the facility did a good job. There should also be photos of people leaving the facility bandaged up to show that they have been treated properly. Inside the facilities room, there should be photos of the human body, basically just photos of like the ear, different aspects of the bodies to give a perspective that employees know what they're looking at. So, such as experts in the field, experts will have different photos of the ear or eye on the wall, so you can kind of view, and then they kind of makes you feel more. Um, it kind of makes you acknowledge that they know what they're talking about. And this is my reference page. I reference the census at .gov.